This photo of a couple about to get married would go viral. Army Sergeant Daniel Cross and his bride-to-be Hannah had no idea their wedding day would make headlines online. On that day, a photo was taken showing the couple holding hands but not looking at each other. Hannah's eyes looked teary, and she seemed emotional. People online started asking questions. Did the groom change his mind? Did he tell her something shocking right before the ceremony? The truth was nothing like the rumors, and when people finally learned what was really happening in that moment, it left them speechless. The truth behind that viral photo was nothing like the rumors. On the morning of their wedding, Sergeant Daniel Cross was feeling more than just excitement. He was nervous, not about marrying Hannah, but about making sure the day was as meaningful as it could be. He had spent months planning every detail, from the vows to the music, but there was one thing he couldn't stop thinking about: how to start their marriage in the right way. Hannah, in another room, was also feeling the weight of the day. She had dreamed of this moment since she was young. The white dress, the flowers, the family gathered. But underneath the joy was a quiet sense of reality. Marriage wasn't just a celebration, it was a promise. That morning, Daniel made a special request to the wedding photographer and to the pastor. He asked if they could arrange a moment for him and Hannah to connect before the ceremony without seeing each other. It was important to him to honor a tradition he'd seen in his family, beginning a marriage with prayer. The photographer led Daniel to one side of a doorway while Hannah stood on the other side. They could reach each other's hands, but not see each other's faces. The air was family members nearby held their breath. Hannah felt his hand slip into hers, warm, steady, and a little shaky. She could feel that he was as emotional as she was. She tried to imagine his expression, but she could only hear his breathing. Then Daniel began to speak. His voice was low and full of feeling. He thanked God for bringing Hannah into his life. He prayed for their marriage, that it would be filled with patience, understanding, and love, even through hard times. He prayed they would always put each other first, and that they would be strong enough to weather anything together. As he spoke, Hannah's eyes filled with tears. The world around them seemed to disappear. The sounds of guests talking, the music playing faintly in the background, even the clicking of the camera, all faded away. It was just them, holding hands, making a promise not only to each other but also before God. The photographer later said that in all his years capturing weddings, he had never seen such a raw, emotional moment before the ceremony. It wasn't staged, he explained. You could feel the love and the sincerity between them. I just happened to be there to witness. When the ceremony began, Daniel and Hannah saw each other for the first time that day. Both were smiling, but their eyes told the real story. They had already shared the most important moment hours earlier. Later, when the photographer posted the image online, it spread faster than anyone expected. People were drawn to the mystery of it. Two people holding hands, not looking at each other, one of them crying. The image sparked thousands of comments and shares. Some people guessed it was a goodbye. Others thought it was a fight. But when the real story came out that it was a prayer, it touched hearts around the world. Messages flooded in from couples saying they wanted to include a similar moment in their own wedding. Parents wrote in to say it reminded them of their own marriage vows. Hannah says that even now, years later, that moment still stands out more than anything else from their wedding day. It reminded us why we were there, she said. It wasn't just about the dress or the cake, it was about the promise we were making. Daniel agrees. That moment grounded us, he explained. When you start your marriage with faith, love, and humility, you're already giving it the best chance to last. The photo still circulates online from time to time, often shared by strangers who have no idea who the couple is. But for Daniel and Hannah, the memory is personal. It's the day they began their life together in the way they wanted, quietly, sincerely, and hand in hand.